Osio, Kindesatihi, Dao Yonig, Silwo Dao Jalak, Aniwahai, Digiyawi, Astelis, Didayohesk, Jihyala, Dikalagas, Godug, Utan Jindelquast. In English, my name is Kindesatihi. In Cherokee, my name's Silwoy. I'm an assistant professor at Northeastern State University. I really like Cherokee language, and I would say that NSU really helps to preserve Native American and specifically Cherokee culture in some unique ways. There is a really deep historical connection to Cherokee Nation and to Cherokee people because this is the site of the second female seminary, which was the first institute of higher learning for women. There's a great quote from a linguist who is no longer with us from MIT, and he has said in the past that losing a language is the equivalent of dropping a bomb on the Louvre. And Hastings Shade Jagesa, he passed away a long time ago, but he said that as Cherokee people, we have to know how to talk to the wind in Cherokee or it might carry us away.
I am a professor and instructor and teach in the Cherokee and Indigenous Studies department. I primarily teach courses related to Cherokee language and history and culture, relative to especially the language options that we offer. NSU, in our program, we have 2 degrees, a Cherokee education degree and then a Cherokee cultural studies degree. We're the only university in the world that offers degrees in Cherokee. With that degree, students can, in the process of learning Cherokee, learn to teach Cherokee, go and teach Cherokee in public school or other settings and whatnot. So you're affecting people who are working with younger people, finding out how many speakers do we have left. The reality is now, if they end up with 1,700 names, that'll be a lot. The real number was probably going to be maybe around 1,500, maybe a little bit less. So we're at a point where if we want our language to survive, to be spoken, to be used as a real language, then we need to basically throw everything we can in terms of providing opportunities to learn.
Even if we only have 5 people left speaking Cherokee, then it's worth it, And this isn't a sprint; it's a marathon. And some of the things that I'm doing in my lifetime, they may not bear fruit in my lifetime, but hopefully they will, like in my kids and grandkids. We still have these really wonderful places where they're cultural centers and communities. These places where Cherokee people gather together. And I think that reinvigorating the language in places like that are what's going to maintain the language. And language and culture, one is not, you can't have one without the other. And I think that it's going to take a critical mass of people.
The main purpose of the Cherokee Immersion School is to to raise these kids with a knowledge of their culture, and they start, learning these Cherokee language and learning these concepts in Cherokee. Just letting the kids learn about their culture. They also bring in different Cherokee speakers, different Cherokee events, because they want them to have fun here at the Cherokee Immersion School. And so the Immersion School does a great job of teaching these kids the importance of their culture and their heritage.
I'm Dr. John Cheney. I'm a Regents Professor of Psychology at OSU. I also am the Director of the American Indian Studies Program and the Center for American Indian Studies here. My great niece and nephew grew up learning Cherokee, and I know Cherokee Nation is, their immersion school for that very reason. So they remember the old ones, they remember where they came from, they're learning the language, revitalizing their culture. And my little nephew great-nephew was playing baseball, and he ran up to the stands to get a piece of gum from my niece. And, you know, Mom, can I have a piece of gum? Blah, blah. And as he walked away, he said, "Wado." Yeah, I mean, that came naturally for him to say thank you in Cherokee.
Primarily, the issue is that really two different systems at this point. It's hard in the university setting, the way things are structured, to develop those types of work in the schools. And the immersion school is a little different because it is funded and operated by Cherokee Nation itself, and it's not necessarily like a public school or what have you. Main inspirations, one of the driving ideas and concepts was the idea of, you know, this continuation of keeping Cherokee as a living language, a language that people use, and also passing on, providing instruction in terms of cultural concepts and ideas.